The Clarification Series by Herb Painter. The word to be clarified is salvation. Salvation is perhaps the single most misunderstood and overused word in the Christian vernacular. The most common error or deception of Satan is an assumption that every use of this word refers to man's eternal deliverance from hell. In truth, the word as used in the Bible simply means deliverance or rescue. The object to be delivered or rescued can only be determined by the context of the passage. Admittedly, the most common use of the word addresses a person's deliverance from the penalty of sin. Ephesians 2:8, "For by grace have you been saved through faith." While it is true that many times this word does refer to man's salvation from sin or deliverance from God's wrath, there are many more times in Scripture that the word refers to emergency situations such as physical death, injury, political enemies, wild animals, and even childbirth. Context alone must clarify which salvation is meant. Luke 1:77-78, to give knowledge of salvation to his people by the remission of their sins, through the tender mercy of our God. Obviously here, the word refers to being saved from the penalty of sin or spiritual rebirth. But there are many instances in Scripture where the word salvation refers to being delivered from other perilous situations. Romans 13:11, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. This use of the word refers to the maturing process or deliverance of the individual from the power of sin in their lives. Judges 15:18, and he was very thirsty, and he called upon the Lord and said, "You have granted this salvation by the hand of your servant, and shall I now die of thirst and fall into the hands of the uncircumcised?" This reference simply describes the relief of a person's thirst. As we see, the word salvation or saved can have a variety of applications. Way too many times when this word appears, it is assumed that the subject of eternal deliverance from the penalty of sin is the topic, when the context of the passage reveals something different altogether. Be very careful to allow the context surrounding each use to indicate the type of deliverance being addressed. Think about it.